Hi there, folks. Eris here. I just wanted to offer you a little update for all of you Moodle creators and Moodle course managers about a few little things in Moodle that we can do to improve the consistency of our delivery of our courses. So the first one I wanted to talk about here in our new Moodle is colors. And you notice we have a sort of a standard stars color scheme of a red, white, and gray as our colors. So I was just going to ask everyone that if you are going to use a color red or gray, that we can use the same color consistency. Consistently. So what color do we use and how do we do it? So we have a couple of different colors that are important that you might want to write down. The first is right up here is our red. So our red color, you can see down below or in the middle of my screen, there's a number. And the number was right there. I can't do it now while I move my mouse, but you can see number sign or hashtag B2262E. And that is the color number for the red that I would like to see everyone using consistently across the eLearning site. The other is our gray color. So I'm just coming up here and trying to center on our gray. So we have a couple grays here, and you can sort of see as I center on it that the number 777777 comes up. And I'm just going to show you this gray over here. If I can get to it, should be 55555555. So I think ideally if everybody could try to use the same gray, and that gray, and you should write this down, would be this one right here, which should be, come on, move the mouse, 555555. All right, so the question is then, well, how do I do that, or how do I change my colors? And why does it matter? Well, again, I'm hoping we can be consistent. So I'm just going to give you a little example of how we change the colors. So I'm going to go up here, if we remember now in the course, and I'm going to turn my editing on. And I'm going to look at this label that I've created here. So I'm going to go to edit that label and edit settings. And so here is my label text, and as we can see, we've got all our controls up here, and if you want more, I'm going to toggle the toolbar. So now I've got, for example, the lesson. So once I've written that, I can go on over here to the color of the text. So it says select text color. So I'm going to go to the drop down, and now I'm going to go to the more colors. And when I do that, I get some options, but right here you can see where you can type in exactly what you want. So remember I said B2262E. And when I hit apply, oh, of course I did it wrong. You can see right there it's set, and I click on that, it turns to B2262E. So it matches our color scheme. Same thing if I wanted to turn that gray, I'd go to there, and you can see it says B2262E. But now I want to do that gray. I'm going to put in my 5s, and I'm going to apply, and there we are, we've got the gray, and you can see now it's going to make everything that same gray color. But I actually really do want this to be B2262E. So there we go. I'm going to switch it back to B2262E, and there we go. So anytime you want to change the color of anything, you would use that toggle the toolbar menu, and then you would use the spot where we can change the color of the text, and we can change it to either the red or gray, and I hope we can be consistent with those colors. All right, I just wanted to also mention one other thing that recently came up is, again, with our users and the email addresses. So there is a function that if somebody forgets their password, there is a function that you can use the password retrieval. And I've had our vendor check it, and it is working great. The problem is, though, that we have some users in here who have email addresses that may have been appropriate back in the day when they created their account. But look here, we have Mr. Aaron Webb. He has an outside email address at My Manitoba U. But if he hasn't logged in a couple years, and suddenly we need him to do, say, I don't know, a privacy course, and he's forgotten or doesn't use this email address, he may get into trouble. So one of the things we can do is for our own staff is try and encourage them to have their own their STARS email address in. And everybody here has this tab at the top called My Profile Settings. And if they go to Edit Profile, they're able to suddenly change their email address to be whatever they want it to be and can update their profile. So again, once they get back in, they can do that. If they are having trouble, what I would love all of you to ask your users to do is to use the Get Help. So even if they can't log in, they can always use the Get Help tool. And what the Get Help tool does is, for me it has to be logged in. So with the Get Help tool, what it does is allows them to create a ticket. And right now that ticket is sent to me, and I get those tickets. But one of the things I can do, for example, is I can assign that ticket to someone else. So for example, let's say I get a specific engineering issue that I'm not really sure about. Well, what I can do is if an engineer at a different base actually uses the Get Help, so again, the point is we want to encourage people to use the Get Help, then what can happen is I can then assign that to, say, Tricia, and she will get an email and she can fix it and let me know how it goes, or go in and get rid of that. The whole reason for this is, again, we need to track our problems that we're having, look for common issues that we need to fix and or get rid of, and sort of just track what's going on. And if we don't use some sort of a system, then we won't know. So again, if we can encourage everybody to use the Get Help feature if they're having any problem with Moodle, and for some of you course creators, you may get me assigning you a ticket, or just, it just generates an email saying, hey, there's this issue. All right, that'd be great if we can all do that. And if you ever have any comments, concerns, just let me know. Thanks so much, everybody.